Commander Elena Rodriguez stood at the observation deck of the Orbital Defense Station Alpha, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display showing an anomaly at the edge of the solar system. The year was 2157, and humanity had spread its wings beyond Earth, establishing colonies on Mars and mining operations throughout the asteroid belt. Yet despite these achievements, they were about to face their greatest challenge. "Commander, the quantum readings are off the charts again," Lieutenant Sarah Chen reported, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "Just like the incident last month. It's as if space itself is folding." Elena nodded, her expression grim. The first time they detected these anomalies, most had dismissed them as sensor malfunctions. But after 3 similar events in as many months, even the skeptics were starting to worry. Something was protecting Earth, and they had no idea what or why. "Show me the comparison with previous events," Elena commanded, her voice steady despite the tension in her shoulders. The holographic display shifted, revealing 3 distinct energy signatures, each identical down to the quantum level. It's no coincidence. These patterns are too precise to be natural. The station's AI, Araya, chimed in with its characteristic calm. Analysis confirms a 99.97% match with previous quantum events. Additional data suggests an increase in frequency and intensity. Elena's mind raced with possibilities. In the past year, long-range sensors had detected multiple objects approaching the solar system, only for them to vanish without a trace when they encountered these quantum anomalies. The public remained unaware, but the Global Defense Initiative's top brass was growing increasingly concerned. "Commander," Sarah's voice cut through Elena's thoughts, "we're picking up something new. Multiple objects just appeared at the edge of Pluto's orbit. They're massive." The holographic display updated, showing a fleet of ships unlike anything they'd seen before. Each vessel was easily the size of Manhattan, with organic-looking structures that seemed to pulse with internal energy. Elena's heart raced, but her military training kept her voice steady. "Full alert. Contact GDI Command and initiate Protocol Omega. I want every sensor we have focused on those ships." The station burst into action as alerts blared throughout the structure. Within minutes, Admiral Zhang's hologram materialized beside Elena, his aged face etched with concern. "Commander Rodriguez, what are we looking at?" "First confirmed visual contact with non-human vessels, Admiral. Current count stands at 17 capital ships, with numerous smaller craft. They're maintaining formation just beyond Pluto's orbit." The Admiral's hologram flickered as he studied the data streaming across his view. "Any hostile actions?" "Negative, sir. They appear to be waiting." Elena paused, considering her next words carefully. "Sir, given the pattern of previous quantum events, I believe these ships may be connected to the disappearances we've been tracking." "Explain." Elena gestured, and the holographic display expanded to show a timeline of the quantum anomalies. Each previous event occurred when unknown objects approached our solar system. In every case, the objects vanished after encountering what we now believe to be some kind of quantum defense mechanism. These ships, they're holding position just outside the affected zone. "They're testing our defenses," Admiral Zhang concluded, his expression darkening. "That's my assessment, sir. But there's something else." Elena brought up the latest sensor data. The quantum readings we're getting from their ships, they're unlike anything we've seen before. They seem to be generating their own quantum fields, possibly trying to counteract whatever's protecting us. The Admiral was silent for a long moment, weighing the implications. "Your recommendations, Commander." "We need to understand what's protecting us, sir. These quantum anomalies, they're not random. They're too precise, too targeted. I believe they're artificial, possibly left behind by an advanced civilization. Or," she hesitated, knowing how her next words would sound, "or they're being generated by something we don't yet understand." "You think Earth itself might be involved?" The Admiral's tone was skeptical, but not dismissive. "The quantum events always originate from the planet's core, sir. We've detected patterns in the energy signatures that suggest intelligence, purpose. Whatever this defense system is, it's been protecting us long before we knew we needed protection. Admiral Zhang nodded slowly. I'm authorizing Project Oracle. You'll have whatever resources you need. Find out what's protecting us, Commander. And more importantly, find out why these visitors are so interested in testing our defenses. Yes, sir. Elena turned back to the holographic display as the Admiral's image faded. The alien ships hung in space like dark stars, their intentions unknown. Sarah approached, her face pale but determined. Orders, Commander. Elena studied the quantum readings, noting subtle changes in the patterns. Prepare the quantum research lab. I want a full analysis of these energy signatures. And contact Dr. James Chen at the Quantum Physics Institute. If anyone can help us understand what we're dealing with, it's him. As her crew rushed to comply, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the brink of something momentous. Humanity had long wondered if they were alone in the universe. Now they knew they weren't. But they also knew something had been protecting them, perhaps for millennia. The question was, would this mysterious defense be enough to save them from whatever these alien visitors had planned? In the depths of space, the alien fleet maintained its position, their ships pulsing with strange energies. And deep within the Earth's core, ancient mechanisms continued their vigilant watch, preparing for a confrontation that would change humanity's understanding of their place in the cosmos forever. Dr. James Chen arrived at Orbital Defense Station Alpha 3 days after the alien fleet's appearance. He moved through the station's corridors with the distracted air of a man whose mind was light years away, his tablet filled with calculations that seemed to defy conventional physics. The quantum signatures are fascinating, he told Commander Rodriguez as they walked to the research lab. They're not just defensive measures, they're communicating something. Elena raised an eyebrow. Communicating? With whom? Before James could answer, the station's alert system blared to life. Lieutenant Chen's voice crackled over the intercom. Commander to the bridge. The fleet is moving. They rushed to the command center, where holographic displays showed the alien vessels advancing in perfect formation. Their organic-looking hulls pulsed with increasing intensity, emitting waves of exotic energy that distorted the very fabric of space around them. Analysis of their approach vector, Elena demanded, taking her position at the command station. They're testing different angles of approach, Sarah reported. Each ship is generating a unique quantum field, like they're probing for weaknesses in our defense system. James studied the readings with growing excitement. Look at these patterns. The quantum defense isn't just reacting. It's adapting, learning from each probe. It's beautiful. The first alien ship reached the quantum barrier's perimeter. Instead of vanishing instantly like previous vessels, it seemed to struggle against an invisible force. Its hull rippled and distorted as competing quantum fields clashed in space. They found a way to resist the defense system, Elena realized, her heart racing. How long until the rest of their fleet reaches the barrier? 17 minutes at current speed. Araya responded. Alert. Detecting massive energy buildup in the lead vessel. The alien ship's surface began to fracture, revealing a pulsing core of pure energy. James's eyes widened as he interpreted the readings. They're trying to tear a hole in the quantum field. If they succeed. He never finished the sentence. The ship's energy core detonated in a blast that briefly outshone the sun. When the sensors cleared, there was nothing left but scattered debris. Debris that quickly vanished as Earth's quantum defense system erased it from existence. The remaining ships halted their advance, but instead of retreating, they began to change. Their organic hulls flowed like liquid metal, combining and reforming into fewer but larger vessels. Elena watched in horrified fascination as 16 ships became 8, then 4, then 2 massive entities that dwarfed their original forms. My God, Sarah whispered. They're learning, adapting their strategy. James nodded grimly. They realized individual ships couldn't generate enough power to break through, so they're combining their resources. The two remaining vessels resumed their approach, their combined mass now rivaling that of Earth's moon. The quantum readings from their modified forms were off the charts, suggesting power levels that shouldn't have been possible according to known physics. All personnel to emergency stations, Alina ordered. If they breached the barrier, she left the implications unspoken. Earth's conventional defenses would be useless against such advanced technology. As the transformed ships approached the quantum barrier, James's tablet began emitting a high-pitched tone. He stared at the readings in disbelief. "Commander, the quantum defense, it's changing too. The energy patterns, they're shifting into something I've never seen before." The holographic displays flickered as new data poured in. The quantum field surrounding Earth was no longer just a barrier. It had become active, reaching out toward the alien vessels with tendrils of pure probability. Where these tendrils touched, reality itself seemed to warp and bend. "It's not just defending anymore," James breathed. "It's fighting back." The alien ships unleashed their combined power in a desperate attempt to breach the barrier. For a moment, it seemed they might succeed. A visible tear appeared in the quantum field, a wound in the fabric of space-time itself. But then Earth's defense system responded with overwhelming force. The tendrils of quantum energy wrapped around the alien vessels like cosmic servants. Instead of simply making them vanish, the defense system began to deconstruct them piece by piece, analyzing and cataloging their technology even as it erased them from existence. "It's learning from them," James realized. "Every attack makes it stronger, more adaptable. This isn't just a defensive system, it's an evolving intelligence." As the last traces of the alien fleet disappeared, Alina turned to James. "An intelligence? Are you saying Earth's quantum defense system is alive?" "Not exactly." James pulled up his latest calculations. "I think it's more like an immune system, a cosmic immune system designed to protect not just Earth, but the very fabric of space-time in this region. And we've just watched it adapt to a new threat." Alina stared at the now empty space where the alien fleet had been. "But who created it? And why Earth? That's what we need to find out." James's eyes gleamed with scientific enthusiasm. "Commander, I believe Project Oracle needs to shift its focus. We're not just studying a defense system anymore. We're trying to communicate with something that might be as old as the universe itself." As if in response to his words, new quantum readings began appearing on their screens. The patterns were different now, more complex, almost like it's trying to talk to us, Sarah whispered. Alina straightened her uniform, making a decision. "Contact Admiral Zhang. Tell him we need to accelerate Project Oracle. And get me everything we have on quantum communication theories, if this thing wants to talk." She looked out at the stars, where Earth's mysterious guardian had once again protected them from destruction. "Then it's time we learned how to listen." The underground facility that housed Project Oracle hummed with activity. 3 months had passed since the quantum defense system had revealed its adaptive capabilities, and humanity's brightest minds had gathered to unlock its secrets. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, Commander Alina Rodriguez watched as Dr. James Chen made final adjustments to what he called the quantum resonance chamber. "Think of it like a cosmic telephone," James explained, his excitement barely contained. "We've analyzed the patterns in the quantum field's attempts at communication. They're not random. They're cyclical, like pulses in a universal heartbeat." The chamber itself was a marvel of engineering. A spherical room lined with quantum sensors and experimental communication arrays. At its center, a crystalline structure pulsed with soft blue light, designed to amplify and focus quantum signals. "You're sure this is safe?" Alina asked, though she already knew the answer. They had no choice but to try. James nodded, but his expression was serious. "As safe as attempting to communicate with a cosmic entity can be. The quantum field has shown no hostile intent toward Earth. Quite the opposite. But we need to understand why it chose to protect us." Sarah Chen, now promoted to commander's assistant, entered the chamber with the latest data streams. The frequency patterns are holding steady. Whatever the defense system is, it's maintaining consistent attempts at communication. Elena studied the holographic displays surrounding them. The quantum patterns had become more organized over the past weeks, shifting from chaotic bursts to structured sequences that reminded her of mathematical progressions. "Begin the initialization sequence," she ordered. The chamber hummed to life, its crystalline core brightening as it synchronized with Earth's quantum field. James worked at his console, making minute adjustments as energy levels rose. Quantum resonance at 15%, 30%, 60%. Sarah called out the readings. Approaching optimal frequency match. Suddenly, the chamber's lights flickered, and the holographic displays exploded with new data. The crystalline core pulsed with increasing intensity, its blue light taking on an almost ethereal quality. "My God," James whispered, staring at his readings. "It's responding. The quantum field is actively engaging with our signal." The chamber filled with patterns of light and energy, forming complex geometric shapes that shifted and flowed like living mathematics. Elena felt a strange sensation, as if reality itself was bending around them. "It's not just responding," she realized. "It's trying to show us something." The geometric patterns coalesced into a three-dimensional map of the galaxy, but unlike any they had seen before. Scattered throughout were points of light, pulsing in harmony with Earth's quantum field. "They're like nodes in a network," James breathed. "Earth isn't unique. It's part of something bigger, something that spans the entire galaxy." Before they could process this revelation, alarms blared throughout the facility. Sarah rushed to her console. Multiple quantum disturbances detected. "But these are different from the alien fleet's signatures." The galactic map shifted, highlighting several of the pulsing nodes. They watched as new quantum signatures appeared near these points, similar to Earth's defense system, but somehow more refined. "They're responding to our communication attempt," James said, his voice filled with awe. "We didn't just contact Earth's guardian. We reached out to the entire network." The chamber's crystalline core suddenly pulsed with blinding intensity. When their vision cleared, they found themselves surrounded by what appeared to be streams of pure information. Mathematical equations, physical constants, and complex quantum formulae that seemed to defy their understanding of reality. "It's teaching us," James realized, frantically recording everything he could. "This is knowledge beyond anything we've imagined. Quantum mechanics we haven't even theorized yet." Elena felt a profound sense of revelation. This isn't just about defense. The system, the network, it's been waiting for us to reach this point, to be ready for this knowledge. Their breakthrough was interrupted by new alerts. Sarah's face paled as she read the incoming data. "Commander, we're detecting quantum signatures approaching Earth. But these are different from both the hostile fleet and the defense network." The galactic map shifted again, showing multiple objects moving with purpose toward their solar system. Their quantum signatures were complex, ordered, almost musical in their precision. "They're coming," Elena said, understanding dawning in her mind. Whatever created this network, whoever placed these guardians throughout the galaxy, they're coming to meet us. James looked up from his readings, his eyes wide with realization. The defense system wasn't just protecting us from threats. It was protecting us until we were ready for this moment. The chamber pulsed once more, and new information flooded their displays. It showed images of ancient civilizations, of quantum technologies beyond their comprehension, and of a galactic community bound together by the very forces they were now beginning to understand. "Commander," Sarah called out, her voice trembling with emotion. "The approaching signatures, they're decelerating. They'll reach Earth orbit in less than 48 hours. Elena straightened her uniform, feeling the weight of history pressing down on her shoulders. Humanity stood on the brink of its greatest discovery, its greatest challenge, and perhaps its greatest opportunity. "Contact Admiral Zhang and the Security Council," she ordered. Tell them we need to prepare for visitors. And not just any visitors, the architects of the quantum network themselves. As the facility burst into frenzied activity, Elena shared a knowing look with James. They had sought to understand Earth's mysterious guardian, only to discover they were part of something far greater. Now, standing at the threshold of a new era for humanity, they could only wonder what revelations awaited them when their cosmic protectors finally revealed themselves. The arrival of the architects changed everything. Their ships appeared in Earth's orbit exactly when predicted, massive crystalline structures that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions at once. They did not announce themselves with radio signals or traditional communications. Instead, the quantum network itself resonated with their presence, creating harmonics that Earth's scientists could finally begin to understand. Commander Elena Rodriguez stood in the newly constructed First Contact Chamber in Geneva, alongside Dr. James Chen and representatives from Earth's major nations. The room was designed based on the quantum patterns they'd decoded, a space where different forms of consciousness could safely interact. "Remember," James whispered, "they've been watching us through the quantum network for millennia. They know us better than we know ourselves." The air in the chamber shifted, reality bending softly as three beings materialized before them. The architects defied conventional description. Their forms seemed to flow between states of matter, geometric patterns of light and energy that suggested both infinite age and timeless wisdom. Children of Earth, the closest being communicated, not through sound, but through quantum resonance that translated directly into understanding in their minds. "You have reached the threshold. Your communion with the network proves your readiness." Elena stepped forward, her voice steadied despite her racing heart. "We have many questions." "As is right," another architect responded, its form shifting like crystalline waves. "We are the preservers, those who seeded the quantum network throughout this galaxy and others. Each node, each world like yours, represents a cradle of consciousness with the potential to join the greater symphony." James couldn't contain his scientific curiosity. "The network, it's more than just a defense system, isn't it? It is life itself," the third architect explained, patterns of light flowing through its form. "A living web of quantum consciousness that spans galaxies. We created it eons ago, when we first understood the true nature of existence. Every world with the potential for intelligent life was given a node, a guardian to protect and nurture, until that life reached the necessary level of understanding. The hostile fleet that attacked us," Elena said, understanding dawning. "They were trying to disrupt this network." The Voidborn, the first architect's form, darkened slightly. "They exist outside the quantum symphony, beings of chaos who seek to unravel the very fabric of reality. Your world's guardian did more than protect you. It showed you were ready to help protect others." The chamber's quantum displays came alive, showing the full extent of the network across multiple galaxies. Earth's node pulsed brightly, one point in a vast constellation of protected worlds. "We offer you a choice," the architects communicated simultaneously. "Join the alliance of quantum civilizations, learn the deep truths of existence, and help us maintain the network that protects all life, or remain as you are, under the Guardian's protection, until you choose otherwise." Elena looked at James, then at the assembled human representatives. They had discussed this possibility extensively, debated the implications of such an offer. Humanity's response was unified. "We accept," Elena declared. "We want to understand. We want to help." The architect's forms brightened with what felt like approval. "Then let the integration begin. Your world's guardian will serve as your teacher, helping you understand the quantum technologies that bind our alliance together. In time, you will help protect other emerging civilizations, guide them as we now guide you." The chamber filled with streams of quantum data, knowledge flowing directly from the architects into Earth's computers, and through specially designed interfaces into human minds. It was overwhelming yet somehow perfectly comprehensible, as if humanity's collective consciousness was expanding to embrace concepts it had always been meant to understand. "The Voidborn will return," the second architect warned. They sense when a world joins the network fully. But now you will not face them alone. James was already absorbing the new quantum equations, his mind racing with possibilities. These principles, they completely revolutionize our understanding of physics, of reality itself. That is merely the beginning. The third architect communicated. Your species has a unique perspective, a creativity that will strengthen the alliance. Already your guardian has adapted because of its interaction with you, developed new ways of protecting that we had not considered. Elena felt a swell of pride at these words. Even as they learned, humanity was contributing, proving their worth to this ancient coalition of civilizations. There is much work to be done, the first architect announced. The network must be strengthened, new worlds protected, the void-born contained. Will you join us in this great purpose? Elena stepped forward again, her voice carrying the weight of human determination. Earth stands ready. We will learn, we will adapt, and we will help protect the quantum symphony of life. The architect's forms resonated with approval, and the quantum network itself seemed to pulse with new energy. Humanity had taken its first step into a larger universe, not just as students, but as partners in preserving the very fabric of reality itself. As the chamber filled with plans and preparations, Elena caught James's eye. They both knew that this was not an ending but a beginning. Earth's guardian had protected them, taught them, and now opened the door to their true destiny among the stars. 1 year after Earth joined the alliance of quantum civilizations, the changes were profound yet subtle. Cities still stood, people still went about their daily lives, but there was a new awareness, a deeper understanding of humanity's place in the cosmic symphony. The quantum network's knowledge had been carefully integrated into human society, advancing their technology while preserving their unique cultural identity. Commander Elena Rodriguez, now Earth's representative to the Alliance Council, stood in the transformed Project Oracle facility. The quantum resonance chamber had evolved into something far more sophisticated, a direct interface with the living network that spanned galaxies. The quantum signatures are building again, Dr. James Chen announced, his hands moving through holographic displays that showed the fabric of reality itself. The Voidborn are mounting another assault, this time targeting a developing civilization in the Andromeda galaxy. Elena nodded grimly. Show me. The chamber filled with a real-time view of the distant conflict. The Voidborn ships, masses of twisted space-time that defied conventional physics, were attempting to breach the quantum barrier around a young world. Their civilization had just achieved spaceflight, their first steps into a larger universe, still tentative and uncertain. They're testing our response, Elena observed. Time to show them what humanity has learned. At her command, Earth's guardian node pulsed with new energy. The knowledge shared by the architects had allowed them to work in harmony with their protector, enhancing its capabilities in ways even the ancient beings hadn't anticipated. Humanity's creative approach to quantum mechanics had introduced new variables to the eternal equation. Initiating quantum resonance cascade, James announced, linking with neighboring nodes. Now, the network came alive, power flowing from Earth to the threatened world. But this was no simple transfer of energy. The quantum defense system now carried the distinctive mark of human innovation. Unpredictable, adaptive, almost intuitive in its response to threats. The Voidborn ships encountered not just a barrier, but a living defense that learned and evolved with each attack. Where before they might have probed for weaknesses, now they found themselves facing an intelligence that anticipated their moves, countered their strategies before they could form them. It's working. Sarah Chen, now chief of Earth's quantum defense operations, reported with satisfaction. The Voidborn are retreating. The developing civilization is safe. But Elena noticed something else in the quantum readings. Look at their reaction patterns. They're not just retreating. They're studying our defense strategy, learning from it. As we learn from them, James agreed. It's an endless dance of adaptation and counter-adaptation. The architects warned us this conflict might never truly end. Elena smiled. That's why they needed us. The architects built the network, but they're bound by patterns established over eons. Humanity brings chaos to the equation, controlled chaos that makes the network stronger. The chamber's displays shifted, showing the broader picture of quantum activity throughout both galaxies. Earth's guardian node pulsed with a unique signature, distinctly different from the other nodes in the network. Where the original quantum defenses were elegant but predictable, Earth's system had evolved into something more dynamic, more alive. "We're receiving a transmission from the architects," Sarah announced. The ancient beings manifested in the chamber, their crystalline forms resonating with approval. "You have proven our judgment correct," they communicated. "Your methods, while unconventional, have strengthened the network beyond our predictions." "We're still learning," Elena responded humbly. "Every encounter with the Voidborn teaches us more about the nature of reality itself. That is why you were chosen," the architects explained. "Your species possesses a unique combination of scientific understanding and intuitive creativity. You see patterns we miss, possibilities we had not considered." James gestured to his latest quantum equations. "We've been working on a new theory about the nature of the Voidborn. We don't think they're simply chaos entities. They're alternative expressions of consciousness, operating on principles that conflict with our universe's fundamental laws." The architect's forms shimmered with interest. "Continue. If we're right," Elena picked up the thread, "then total victory over them might not be the answer. Instead, we might need to find a way to harmonize their discord with our quantum symphony." It was a radical proposal, one that challenged millions of years of established policy. But that was humanity's role now, to question, to imagine, to push the boundaries of what was possible. The architects considered this for what felt like an eternity. Finally, they responded. "This is why the network needs humanity. You see hope where we see only conflict. Perhaps after all these ends, you will help us find a true resolution to this cosmic discord." As the architects departed, Elena looked out at the holographic display of the two galaxies, connected by the shimmering web of quantum consciousness. Humanity had awakened to a universe far more complex and beautiful than they had imagined, and they were just beginning to understand their role in it. "What's next?" Sarah asked, already eager for the next challenge. Elena smiled. "We keep learning, keep growing, keep protecting. And maybe, just maybe, we help write the next chapter in the quantum symphony of life." The quantum network pulsed with energy, Earth's guardian node shining brightly among the countless points of light. Humanity had found its place in the cosmic dance, not just as students or soldiers, but as innovators and mediators, bringing new harmony to the eternal song of existence. In the depths of space, the Voidborn retreated to consider this new development, while across two galaxies, countless civilizations continued to evolve under the protection of the network. And at the heart of it all, Earth's quantum guardian continued its vigilant watch, no longer just a defender but a testament to humanity's unique contribution to the greatest alliance the universe had ever known.